Okay. What's up, YouTube? What's up, Twitch? I know this stream is late. I know this stream late, but think about it. For me, I was busy today. Um, and for this stream, I will be like, how can I say this? How can I say this? I just want to talk about just my review of Loki and plus the MCU overall and DC and other comic book stuff. It's supposed to be coming up, which I didn't get to. How can I say? Well, I didn't get to say before. I think, in my opinion, but that's just me. But it sounds like for me, right? I just hope that everything is good, in my opinion, because like in my opinion, just in my opinion, I think some of the shows might be good and some of the shows might be bad for the MCU. But the thing about it, just in my opinion, based on the shows that I just not seen just for Marvel and DC. I think that DC just got more just up the upside. I think, in my opinion, but that's just me. But I just think that more DC and Marvel got more of an upside to me for these shows. I think. But the thing is, like, for like in my opinion, right? Some of the stuff might be good, some of the stuff might be bad. But the thing what I mean is, right? If you gonna, if you just gonna hate on the show or hate on it, you just gonna hate on the show. Something that I think, in my opinion, is right. Time for me, right? Is that I don't like hating on other people. Like, I think, in my opinion, is it sound like hating to me to other people based on their opinions is bad. Because like in my opinion, right, if you gotta hate on the other person based on the opinion that you just don't have, then that's dumb. Like, I think in my problem, but that's just me, in my opinion. That's just me. Like, sound like for me, right? If you gotta hate on this person and hate on that person because their opinion just don't match yours, then that is dumb. Because like in my opinion, right? If you gotta hate the other person because the opinion just don't match your opinion, I think, in my opinion, right, it is a bad. That just bad. I think, in my opinion, because like in my opinion, right, if you got different opinion based on DC, Marvel, and based on other stuff that is going on in the comic book industry and movie industry as well, that gotta make that gotta make the industry better. I think, in my opinion, that makes it better. Be- Because the thing, like, I think is right. Everybody's opinion is valid. I think, in my opinion, if you can explain yourself, that's just me. That's just my opinion. Be, be, because, right, in my opinion, if you can explain yourself the reason why you hate it, I don't care if it's crazy or not. If you can explain why you can hate, if you can hate on the hate on the show and stuff like that, if you can hate it, and you can tell me a good reason why, just tell me the reason why you do, tell me the reason why you don't. I think, in my opinion, because like in my opinion, right, if you can tell me the reason why you just don't like this show or not like that, because like in my opinion, right, if you could tell me, right, just like from your point of view, it sounds like you don't like this show because this story point, okay, I can accept that, in my opinion. But the thing is, like, some people just hate on stuff without explaining stuff, without how can I say? Without explaining stuff, I think in my opinion, it sounds like for me, um, if you can, there's some people to me that have dumb takes. I think like that in my opinion. The reason why they hate stuff because a certain filmmaker just ain't making it. Because like in my opinion, right? Because in my opinion, right, you should judge that show and you should judge that movie based on its own merits. Like I do, like for Marvel stuff, I judge it based on its own merits. But the thing is, in my opinion, it's like some people I think just can't judge shows and movies based on their own merit and based on that one movie. If it's a universe, if it's inconsistent, if it's not consistent, then you should be able to tell it in your explanation and in your review. I think, in my opinion, because the thing, like in my opinion, like I think is that some people cannot they cannot tell the difference when you ask them the reason why they hate something. Because like in my opinion, right, if you able to tell something, like I think in my opinion, without this, without that, because like in my opinion, right, if you able to tell me the reason why you hate this show, everything like that, in a good way, then sure I'm good. Because like in my opinion, right, if you can tell me right in the explanation and stuff like that, in my opinion, it sounds like Star Trek. Some of the older Star Treks, I like them. Some people don't like the old Star Trek. Some people do, and that just me. Because like in my opinion, right, if you able to tell me, like I think in my opinion, it's like if you able to tell me like I think in my opinion is that that person, if you able to tell me and explanation the reason why you didn't like this show is because this person acting and stuff like that, that's just I'm able to accept it. But that's what that's what in my opinion, just be consistent with it. I think in my opinion. Because like in my opinion, some people is not consistent with the criticism. And people that judge Marvel that don't it judge Marvel and DC based on the different grading scale because that's what I not seen it. And because nobody should not be telling me tell something that's not true. Because we all know it's true. I don't want to hear no I don't want to hear no complaints. I don't want to hear no talk about something that's not true because y'all know it's true. And y'all know that some studios judge the Marvel movies harsher than the DC movies, which is wrong, I think in my opinion. Because like in my opinion, right, if you able to judge this right, judge that right, I think, then I'm good. And plus I will be putting down a link for anybody who want to join. Because like in my opinion, right, if you able to do anything like in a fair way, like I think in my opinion, in a fair way, in my opinion, just be fair with the criticism, and don't try to be how can I say. I'm not biased, but then some people say I'm biased, some people say I'm not. Dang by me, I'm more fan of DC than Marvel. But that's what I am able to say this when a Marvel movie is actually good, when a Marvel show is actually good, and when a Marvel show is actually average and not good. In my opinion, I am able to do that as just as a DC fan. I am able to do that, and I am impartial. But Marvel fans cannot be impartial for nothing. And Marvel fans could say they could be impartial, but we all know that's not true. We all know that's not true. Dealing with that. Because we all know, like I'm dealing with shows, dealing with movies, is that Marvel fans, DC fans got their sides. But for me, I am a fan of both. I am a fan of Marvel and I'm a fan of DC. And that put me in the middle of all this comic book war mess. Because like for me, I like more D. I like some things about DC movies that Marvel don't have. I like some of my Marvel movies that DC don't have. But I like both. Some people might not like me for saying I like both, but that's what I like both. This is what they bring. Disney bring family and fun, but can't be serious except for certain movies. They be serious for some, but that's what not for all. That's what I don't want to hear Thomas Science for this and for that. No, no. Don't try to tell me this or that and stuff like that. In my opinion, because kind of like for me, right? If you can be like pretty, if you could be all this and stuff, in my opinion, right? Without being biased, if you can judge a movie without being biased, I think in my opinion, it is good. Because think about me, like I think they can't be biased. Because kind of like in my opinion, right? If you can be unbiased, like I think in my opinion, if you be unbiased or anything else like that, then shoot, I'm good. But the thing about me is right, I don't think that most people could be biased based on based on the shows. I think in my opinion, they can't be biased. But the thing about me is right, I think that people should learn how not to be so biased from one side and not give the other side a chance to decide to explain themselves, I think in my opinion. And plus the other side should do the same thing. And we should try to get along because we is getting how can I say we is getting good movies. I think in my opinion. Be, be, because like for me, right, I am a how can I say this? I am a fan of comic book movies, comic book genres, anime, sports, boxing, NASCAR, and I am a fan of other sports and other things, in my opinion. But the thing is, some people, some people are so stuck on one side of the thing, they won't try to get along with the other side. I think, in my opinion, based on the war between Marvel and DC, guess what? Try to be a fans of both. Try to try to give the other side a chance. I think, in my opinion, because the thing about me is right. If you can give the other side a chance, like I think, in my opinion, it's like the people from the other side will give you a chance. I think some of them. But the thing about me, like I think that some of them will, and some of them won't. But the thing about me is like I think that they would be good. I think, in my opinion, they will be good. I think, in my opinion. But the thing is, all I need to know is this actually a good thing? I think, in my opinion, because the thing about my opinion, right, is this thing could. I hope it's a good thing. I hope it's a good thing, in my opinion. Because thing about it, in my opinion, right, if this could be a good thing if both sides learn how to get along. I think, in my opinion. But the thing is that some people might not learn just how to get along with others. But that's just me. But that's just me, in my opinion. But the thing is, some people might like it. Some people might not like my opinion. based on movies and everything else. Like I think, in my opinion. But the thing about me is like I like both sides characters. I think, in my opinion, that just me. That just me in my opinion, and what I think for everybody should be getting along. I think, cause shoot, cause, cause just in my opinion, right? If y'all can learn how, if everybody probably can learn how to get along, I think, in my opinion, if everybody else probably can learn how to get along, like I think in my opinion that if everybody can learn how to get along, if everybody around here probably can learn how to get along and stuff like that, in my opinion, it's like it could be a good thing. But the thing is, some people might learn, some people might not. But the thing about me is, right, I like to give everybody a chance to explain themselves based on a movie they like or show. The reason why they like it, be- because the thing about it is like, it sounds like for me, it's like I learned like I'm not one of those channels who like to go from one side or another. I am actually I will actually get the other side a chance. But the thing about me is like I am more DC, and plus I think DC have deeper movies, in my opinion. They had deeper, better movies. Some of y'all might not agree with that, but for me, it's how it is, and that's how I think they go, in my opinion. And that just my opinion about the whole thing. And plus, for me, right, there with Marvel, like I think Marvel got a future now. It's kind of different than the first half before Thanos got there and stuff like that. All I got to think, in my opinion, is like, how should I say this? How should I say this without being mean? How should I say this without being mean? In my opinion, it sounds like I think that sound like just in my opinion, right? Based on DC and Marvel and stuff like that, I see is like I think both companies could have a bright future if both companies actually put the story before putting their agendas in it. Because like for me, right, is how can I say this? How can I say this without being mean? How can I say this without being mean? Don't try to be somebody else that you're not. Just try to make the best movie or best show possible based on the lore that you have in the comics. But that's what, if you want to adapt a little bit of something inside of it, then you do that. If you want to add your own little spin to it, but that's what, don't put your agenda inside that how can I say this? Your thing, in my opinion. Don't put your own agenda in it. Because like in my opinion, because like because in my opinion, right, if you can actually if you can actually make a good show, a good movie, like I think, and like for me, that make people care, in my opinion. You should that sh- that should make people care, I think, about the character, about the movies, about everything else, I think, in my opinion. Because the thing about, in my opinion, is like I think that some people might not agree, might not agree. But that's just me, in my opinion. That just me, in my opinion. That's me about my opinion. What I think of it. Does it sound like I think, in my opinion? Sound like, in my opinion, right? If they can actually make good movies and good shows, I think, in my opinion, that would actually be a good thing. Because thing about it, like I think that if they can make good movies and good shows, like I think, in my opinion, if they make good movies and good shows, is that people would actually would actually care about the material. In my opinion, it would make people care. That just me. That just me. In my opinion, but it sounds like, in my opinion, sound like, in my opinion, one of the stuff that would make me care about it is one of the things from Marvel is that if they can actually make it good, is it good? They need a good Fantastic Four movie or something like that, in my opinion. Because think about it, if they can make a good Fantastic, let's talk about the Fantastic Four. The Fantastic Four is one of the first families in comics. We might not, they might not have the most exciting powers, except for the most exciting powers and stuff like that. But the thing, in my opinion, is like that's what the Fantastic Four is the most. It's the first family. They deserve some respect. But the thing is, it sounds like the first Fantastic Four movie that Fox made. I like that one. But the second one had how can I say this? The second one, the second Fantastic Four with the Fox made was bad because it made Galactus a cloud at each planet. But that's what, if you look in the comics, Galactus is not how can I say this? A cloud that eat planets. He's a man. He's a real giant man that eat planets. He's some kind of celestial, I think. But then it's, that just me. That just me, in my opinion. That's what I think about it. Everything else like that, in my opinion. But some some people just might think that Fantastic Four don't need a movie. But for me, I think the Fantastic Four need a movie. But that's what, in my opinion, add a twist to it. Just had the Fantastic Four already set up. Let's have a setup. Let's have them. Let's have them with them powers already. Let's just have a flashback scene. Like, I think for me, just just showing, just showing to me just how they got their power stuff. In my opinion, because like, in my opinion, that the Fantastic Four do need a movie. But that's what they don't need to show the whole origin of Victor Van Doom was mean, everything like that, based on the comics, everything like that. My opinion, had them set up, had them been flashback, had to be a Fantastic Four villain be Victor Van Doom or somebody else, I think, something that's a muscle. And just had Victor Van Doom as the genius that's over it, like I think, in my opinion. And that would have been good. In my opinion, that just me. That just me, in my opinion, and that is what I think, in my opinion, about the Fantastic Four. But thing is, right, the Fantastic Four history is in and out, and and if you look at it, Reed Richards, and Sue Stone have a child named Richard. I think something like that. He's OP, but he's still not OP as Superman. But then with me, let's keep DC out of it. Let's keep it out of it. Just me. But for me, right? If they're gonna make a Fantastic Four, this with Victor Van Doom as the villain, this should this should have Victor Van Doom just doing stuff behind the scenes without the Fantastic Four knowing who doing it. That's what you might not know that's Victor Van Doom, and nobody always might know Van Doom. But then it's like, the stuff is happening behind the scenes and public, everything like that. And put the big old Fantastic Four, they try to figure out who doing it. They figure out just about the last minute that it is Victor swimming up and doing something, everything like that. About his plans failing. He get mad. Everything else like that, I think, in my opinion. But that's just me. That is me, in my opinion, what I think of the Fantastic Four. But then with me, right, like for me, I think the Fantastic Four have a good history. Like, I think, in my opinion, they do have good history in the comic books. But the thing is, not all the history is good. But for me, most of the history is good. Some people might not like them, just as the most exciting team, but they, in my opinion, but the Fantastic Four do need a movie. Rather we like it or not, the Fantastic Four do need a movie. The thing about me is right. If they doing these, if they doing these multi-universe stuff, everything like that, but the Fantastic Four could come from a whole another Earth or just on the same Prime Earth. If they're doing Earth Prime and multiverse, everything like that, based on the stuff that happened up in Endgame with time travel, everything else like that, in my opinion, we'll be good. And plus, and this is the end of the Fantastic Four one. What I think, what I think this movie might be a movie or not like that. This, this is the end of my view. What I think of it, and this one do need a movie, whether you like it or not. And my next Marvel that I'm doing is Shang-Chi. This trip, this one right here is kind of tricky for me because like Shang-Chi is one of them characters that you see on anime series, but you don't know the origins. But that's what I see a little bit of origins in the trailer. But I am excited for the movie. In my opinion, this one right here, this movie right here, man, get me excited because like the fight choreography looks smooth. But in my opinion, right, if they can add a little, if they gotta do reshoots and anything like that to make sure everything good, I would do that. If I would do that in my opinion, but that's just me. That's just me in my opinion. What I do. Shang-Chi right here, Shang-Chi is one of the best fighters in Marvel. Just in case somebody just didn't know that, um, up and stuff, everything like that. But the thing is, in my opinion, right, I think that I think that the MCU is changing up. The MCU is does have a good future. I think, in my opinion. But the thing is, it's like the MCU need Thor and they need Hulk back. Y'all might not agree with that, but the MCU do need Hulk and MCU do need Thor. But the Guardian of the Galaxy could stay in space. But that's what keep Thor, keep Thor on Earth on going as going to be king. I think in my opinion. But the thing is, some people might agree with it. Some people might not agree with me saying some Thor and Hulk might need to come back into the Avengers. Some people just don't agree with that. But for me, I think they do. I think they do, in my opinion, because this one right here is saying she looked like a good movie. It looks like a good movie, but I'm not sure that how many people would come out and look at it. I think, in my opinion, sound like a lot of people could look at it. But the thing is, in my opinion, it sounds like I think, in my opinion, it sounds like Shang-Chi fighting his enemies inside the trailer was actually good because you get to taste to see is that them people that's killers have they have stuff too. I think about they have abilities, powers too, just like Shang-Chi. And Shang-Chi got to learn um he had to learn how to fight. He had to learn how to do that kind of stuff like I think, in my opinion. And let just go to CBR.com, Shang-Chi, Power of the Rings. And let's just look at the article, people. Let's look at the article. Let's get to the article. Let's get to it right here. Come on. Shang-Chi, what the 10 matter rings of power represent comics. Let's read it. Let's read it together, people. The magic rings in the Shang-Chi comics are important power. Dang, oh shoot, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let's just take off this. Let's take this off. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Wait a minute. The Shang-Chi, what the magic of power represents in the comics. The magic 10 rings in the Shang-Chi comics are an important part of each represents something different. Okay. When Shang-Chi Legendary is right around the corner, fans are excited for the martial arts hero on his silver screen debut. However, much like some of the previous introduced characters, not too many MCU know about his comics origins. And Shang-Chi comics to read before release. Man. The Legend of the Ten Rings are likely reference for the Ten Rings power worn by the real Mandarin in the comics. The ring discovered by the Mandarins breathed from a forged humanoid dragon, imbued with magical properties which remain mysteries to Earth more brilliant minds. Would not the Ten Rings power will be introduced? If they would truly have magical abilities, they, as they do in the comics, remain to be seen. Their powers are wondrous and deadly indeed. Oh yes, because we all know what power does come with great responsibility. The zero ring on his left pinky is essentially a freeze ring. Okay, one of them stands for freezing. The zero ring, aka the ice blast ring, is capable of freezing the air, lowering an object or a person temperature down to almost absolute zero. The Matrix can also use this ring to trap ice or a massive wave of steel. Sleep. Okay, that's no. The ice splash ring is so cold, its channel of tense nuttiness from icy can even project its tangible being if the user so chooses. Once this portal space is closed, the deafening boom echoes throughout the immediate vicinity. Okay, that's one of them. Wait a minute. The lion ring on his left ear intensifies the lion ring, aka mental intensifier, get imagine mentally control, influence, and influence their thoughts. Additionally, the magic can build a temporary part his foes and power the ring. The magic can also bring illusions within others' mind, much like Mysterio and Spider-Man for Far From Home. Okay, he's similar. He's similar to Mysterio. If your mind's strong, he can't do nothing with you. I noticed that most of these abilities for stuff, if you could be like weak minded. The lightning ring on his middle finger does pretty much what you think. It shoots out lightning. Okay. Okay, it shoots out lightning. The lightning ring, I read it for y'all now. The lightning ring generates electrical energy to upper limits unknown given to Mandarin and some more that's powerful as y'all's done. Okay. But still powerful though. Incandescent ring is the finger this can produce fans, infrared radiation. Inconsistent rings blasts allow magic to create infinite blasts, even can use flammable materials for spontaneous combustion. Okay. Oh, wait a minute, wait a minute. And for the Mandarin was the Iron Man arch image what Tony gone? You can't use it no more, and that's what is over. All because Marvel was too late with this stuff. The ring comes from the miniature star planet area. So production, at least he would come incinerated by his own hand. The dominant ring here left doesn't stand for electromagnetic. Oh wait a minute, electromagnetic. That sounds like God Duggan. What's that people's name? God Duggan. Magneto and somebody else can do it. Hey, God, if y'all can tell me that down below, then shoot, I'll be good. Hey, God, I'm trying to figure out. I'm just trying to figure out. Besides, Magneto, who got a lot of user does to control different types of energy. Also, like for laser beams, for limited gravity. Oh, shucks, that do multiple stuff. Number 5, Nightbringer. The Nightbringer, aka Black Rain, like the magic create shrouds of darkness in many percentage. Okay. It got in front of you. I think his ring seen ancient compared to others. Most people were afraid of the dark as children for a reason. The darkness experienced the ring beyond to collect. Any possible will absorb the ring to create the veil of utter darkness. Okay, that's the bringer. Spectral ring. The spectral ring activates disintegration. It meant a powerful being capable of destroying bonds at the molecular level, even the subatomic level. And then the objects that hit the beam is disintegrated. Though luckily for the good guys, this may take 20 minutes to recharge in between use. Ooh, should be an hour, but 20 minutes that's enough to get your plan together. Number 3, the spun ring in the right middle finger does can reduce vortex. Okay. It can produce most of the vortex inside. Okay, vortex. It could. It just could produce vortex. I think, in my opinion, that's a good thing. That's a good thing for self defense. But the Mandalorian use it to get power and stuff like that. That's wrong. I think, in my opinion. But it's just number 2, the flung ring on his right index finger just can create concussive blast. Sounds like the Iron Man thing. Okay. A capable of get concussive blast forces of 250 pounds of dynamite. This concussive blast wildly is powerful, but that can easily incapacitate most opponents. Additionally, the ring creates powerful sonic boom, which can easily incapacitate foes. In addition to the sonic vibration, the ring also is capable of generating magnetic waves. That will affect most metals in the miniature area. Okay. Number one, the Remaker. Let me write down the matter manipulator. The Remaker matter is the most powerful ring of the bunch. It had the power just to possess much like the Spectre ring. The Remaker can remake matter. No, just could manipulate matter, disintegrate things that can use ring to rearrange at a molecular level. Hmm. The magic is unable to transmit element with him. He can do things fast or just solidify it, trapping his opponent in the air and result in depending is being defected, and the ring can allow incredible quick costume changes, which really be helpful in MCU. Okay. All right. All right. All right, people. I understand. I just understand about the rings now. But literally, they can do with metal, the bringer, um, fits fire, freeze ice. They can also track their opponents. But the point is, the rings is powerful. The 10 rings is powerful rings. How can I say this? How can I say this? And the 10 rings is also one of the most powerful evil guy weapons besides the big old how can I say this? The ring, I think, in my opinion, it's not a Green Lantern ring. It's more versatile than that, but still it's evil. But it could be good things for evil right now, since the boy father got I think in my opinion used for evil. But in my opinion, that, because it's, it could be some stuff. Some stuff could be good. I think could be good. I think could be good for that movie. I think the Shang-Chi movie could be bad. But for me, I'm just hope the movie can actually be which can I just give a free live review of the movie. In my opinion, if you could give me a free live review of the movie and stuff like that, I'm good. I'm good with that. That for me, like I think in my opinion, it could be good. Could be good, could be bad. But the thing is, in my opinion, like I think other people, yeah, like I think other people do for DC side, would I give Shang-Chi a chance? I think, but for me, I am willing to give that movie a chance. The Shang-Chi movie, just see if it's good or not. Just for me, just being a DC fan, the DC the DC got a better karate person over there. We got better fighters. We got more powerful characters over there. We better, and in my opinion, it's better. But in my opinion, y'all can disagree or agree. Y'all can put it in the comments after it's live over. I think, in my opinion, And plus for next week Wednesday, I will be giving my live review of just the Isadora issue 1. If y'all want to be there for that, then y'all could. Just go to my Twitter at ZillNation1 if you want to be on my panel and just like that. Like I think in my opinion, it could be good, it could be bad, and y'all can give me just your opinion based on the Isadora issue 1. But I think in my opinion, I'm gonna give you that next week live. Next week Wednesday, I will be giving you that. But the thing is, you can agree, disagree, and y'all can leave me questions during the live stream. I think about do that, but it's just me. Y'all can give me just your opinion do my live stream and like that. If y'all want to be in a panel and anything else like that, or send y'all a link during that day, then y'all could just message me. It's time for the panel to start. I will give you that link, and we will start that time or a little bit later. But it's up to y'all to tell me if y'all want to be on the panel during that day. So a Marvel, DC, and Isadora at the same time. But it's just me, in my opinion. That's just me. And YouTube and YouTube, Twitch. I will see y'all later. I will see y'all next stream. I'll see y'all next stream next week Wednesday. I'll see y'all later. And just have a good day.